It's E3 2017. I am Rob, joined here with Jean-Luc. Jean-Luc, we played Battlefront 2 on PC and had a pretty good time.
Yeah.
But we were thinking about the last game, and namely, the fact that the last game felt so messy and random and unorganized compared to like what our experience was with this game today.
Right, yeah, and I think the big thing with that game was there were no classes. You know, as a player, there was no sense of objective or role within your team. There was no reason to coordinate with anyone else on your team. In this game, they have clearly defined classes. You can play an officer, you can put down turrets, you can assist your allies, you can be a specialist where you have a gun that lets you shoot from a distance. You can see allies, you can point them, or see enemies, you can point them out to your allies. So you have just a reason to actually like communicate with your teammates, like tell them what to do and actually like coordinate attacks, which really just adds to that sense of teamwork.
Yeah. And you're looking at now, opposed to the last game, which had just the partner system, you're looking at your entire four-person group, right? And if you guys are grouped together, you're getting battle points. It raises, right? Your battle point system raises as long as you're grouped together, moving around. And then, yeah, of course you said, like, you're switching around classes. Maybe you have too many support classes. Well, why doesn't someone be an officer? So that was really notable. And then I would say the weapons was another complaint from the last game. Here they felt so much more diverse with, you know, your SMG, high fire rate, low damage, your support classes that had these like lulking machine guns that you could just post up in like a doorway and just hose down. And what I found actually really cool was the fact that certain weapons had different types of active reloads.
Right.
Where you have, namely like a rifle, it seemed to have, you know, the red area where if you hit the red, obviously you're gonna cancel your reload. You hit the yellow, you're gonna get that quick reload. But then the green, you know, could be a damage boost or maybe a fire rate increase. It brings a lot of unique and different traits to each of these weapons, and I found that very awesome. And then for me, one of my favorite surprises with the starships was the fact that you could finally roll left to right. In the previous game, you were very much locked on like horizontal planes. So when you're getting into like a flip and a dive, it was so frustrating to get out of it. Here you are consistently able to like level your plane and figure out where you are as far as like the horizon. And that was just so gratifying because I've always wanted that. Battlefield 1 had that. It gives more meaning to being a pilot and of course interacting comfortably with ground targets. That was great. And the other main thing was the fact that the previous game didn't have a health regen. You know, you would get in a dogfight, say you win, you have 5% health left. The next interaction you have, you're done. There is no point of like flying around with 5% health. Here you're able to, you know, with a Naboo starfighter, hit that droid and get a quick revive with your health, or you can just, you know, hang around maybe on the outskirts and have your health regen. So that was really great.
Yeah, and the ships themselves feel like they have much more of a defined role as well this time around. In the original game, you weren't really able to interact much with the ground. It was random when you got a ship, so it felt like you weren't contributing much to the overall team objective. And this, you can, with the battle point system, you can choose to be, I'm gonna be someone who focuses on playing as a starfighter, as flying around. You can shoot at the objective, you can shoot enemies, you can help your teammates out. And so I feel like as a pilot, you're able to contribute to your overall team.
Totally. John, you were also mentioning the rush feel and the operations almost of this game mode being much more more of a narrative compared to it's just like a walker assault.
You'd have like a commander who's talking to you and just saying like, okay, we need to hold our ground, we need to take out this tank, and then like, okay, they got through, we need to push back, we need to hold here. And just having that extra layer of tiny story just like adds like weight to what you're doing, where in the previous game, it was like, you're on Hoth, walker assault. You've seen the movie, you know what this is.
Right.
Like, just having that little bit of story like really helps.
arrived in position despite severe damage. Terminate escort program and begin combat cycle. Phase 2 begins shortly.
I also quite enjoyed the objective itself. Like at the beginning, It reminded me a lot of Battlefield's rush mode, where it's like, one side's defending, the other side's attacking, and linear push. So in the first wave, the droids had this giant troop transport that they are trying to deliver, and as the clones, you have to like pick up these ion cannons and try and like target and shoot it down. And I wasn't able to get it shot down, but I believe if you do that, it probably ends the match early, I assume.
Yeah.
But they were able to like get all the way through, and then they blow open the door to the palace. And at that point, you have to then hold these different sections of the palace, and then if they take that, you then go all the way to the throne room. Each area felt like distinct in what you're doing.
Absolutely. It felt like a refined version of the Death Star DLC from the previous game, which was like these phases, yet you're going into actually different matches that are disconnected. This one was all-encompassing. You felt like, you're playing one solid match with, more of like a narrative progression.
Drone, we can't reclaim the area. Joined by a test.
So ultimately, Battlefront 2 is looking pretty good. I am excited. I was a little surprised. I'm excited to see more, really. We just saw this one map on Feed. But stay tuned to GameSpot for more Battlefront 2 coverage. Thanks.
See ya.